What's up, Sagittarius? How you guys doing? It is time for your May 2025 May monthly reading. Almost halfway done with the year, dude. Can you believe that? Crazy. All right, well, I don't have too much to babble about right now. A little bit. First of all, you know that if you are in need of a personal reading, you can find all the information on how to go about doing that right down here in the description of this video. Also, we still haven't gotten the link for this yet to make it easier to get to, but on my website, we have uploaded more of our handmade crystal jewelry. Most of it's handmade by my wife and my daughter, some of it by myself. But we definitely have that on the website now. And as it sells, we'll restock and whatnot. So always something new. It's never the same thing, you know. And for those of you catching this on time, this is technically being recorded in the month of April. So May 1st, my course on the steps to true healing is going bye-bye. And I think that's a pretty important course. As long as you can grasp and understand the concept behind it, it's important. So, yeah, all that information and everything else you need to know is right down there in the description of the video, okay? All right, I want to start this off with the good old past person. The person you dealt with in the past. If you're not here inquiring about a person you dealt with in the past, this is not for you. Sit tight. I'll get to your situation in a minute. What is happening, universe, between Sagittarius and the past person in May? Any action, communication, reconciliation? All right, one more shuffle, one more. Well, judgment reversed. That kind of indicates unfinished business or the feeling of unfinished business, you know. Chariot. Seven of Pentacles. Ooh, it got that Ace of Cups, though. So it kind of feels like, and then the Ace of Wands reversed. So it almost kind of feels like this person's waiting on the right opportunity, you know. Waiting on an open door of opportunity. Waiting for you to let your guard down. But I'm not 100% convinced with that judgment reverse being the overall energy. Not 100% convinced that this person is seeing what they would consider to be a good opportunity. Yeah, see the Hangman. And what do I always say whenever we talk about this? When a past person is looking for a good opportunity to come forward, what would they consider to be a good opportunity most of the time? A weak point. A point of vulnerability in your life, right? When you're vulnerable, when you have a kink in your armor. Makes sense, right? You know, you got cheated on, broke up with, something like that. Now, be careful. Be careful with that. Now, this isn't the advice portion, but just be careful. Be picky and choosy who you let know about the things going on in your life. But this isn't the advice, so I'm going to back off of that. Yeah, with the Hangman, Seven of Pentacles, Judgment reversed, I don't know if a whole lot's happening in May. Yeah, see? Page of Swords reversed. They are watching you very closely, though. I think they probably check up on you, or at least try to, as often as they can. Some of you dealt with a Cancer. That's the only major arcana I have here. Well, the one tied to a zodiac sign. All right, well, let's see how they feel about you. Person Sagittarius dealt with in the past. How do they feel about you? What's their intentions? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they in general? Past person Sagittarius dealt with. How are their feelings, energies, and intentions looking in May 2025? See, look, 8 of Cups reversed. It's almost like they're planning on making a return. Hang on. Let me see what else comes through. Yeah, they're waiting for you to let your guard down. Waiting for you to let your guard down. Planning on making a return. Yeah. 3 of Wands. So it almost kind of feels like this person is very, very certain that the two of you are going to be coming back together. And every time the 3 of Wands comes out, I always have to ask the same question. Have y'all done this before? Because the 3 of Wands, in the 3 of Wands, the dude here in this card is waiting for his ships to come in. He's not wondering if his ships are coming in. His ships are coming in. He knows it. In other decks, it's depicted more clearly. You can actually see them coming in. You know, so in this person's mind, they're convinced that the two of you are going to eventually end up coming back together. And when I see that, that just kind of leads me to believe that maybe y'all have done this before. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything here indicating feelings, though. That's the weird thing. That's the weird thing. The only cups I have on the table is the 3 of Cups reversed. Maybe for some of you, they think there's a third party, or maybe there is. I can't really say third party since you're not together, but maybe are you dealing with somebody else, or they think you are, and they're waiting for you to get broke up with, something like that. I'm not seeing anything here indicating feelings, though. The only feelings that I think this person has is resentment, bitterness, and anger. King of Swords reversed, 5 of Wands. So, yeah. In the meantime, they're trying to find somebody new, but waiting on the two of you to come back together at the same time. See? Holding a grudge. Angry, bitter, pissed off. Well, then why in the hell would this person be expecting for the two of you to come back together if they feel that way? That makes no sense to me. Don't make no goddamn sense to me at all. It's the Ace of Cups reversed. So I wouldn't call it love. I wouldn't call it love. I've just never understood people like that, man. If I'm mad at you, I don't want to see your fucking face. I don't want to hear your voice if I'm mad at you. If you did something, or if something went down between me and you and I'm pissed off and I'm holding a grudge and whatever, I don't want to look at you. I definitely ain't going to be watching you, let alone expecting to reconnect with you. I don't understand this mentality at all. Could be a fellow Sagittarius for some of you. I also have Aries here. You know, it could be anybody. Those are just energies. Well, let's grab the advice on this, man. Let's grab the advice for Sagittarius and the past person. What's the advice? What's the advice for Sagittarius and the past person? Chariot reversed. Ace of Swords reversed. 5 of Wands reversed. Pretty specific fucking message here, dude. I don't have a lot of wiggle room to bend the advice. Not a whole lot. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what the cards are telling me, okay? And then I'll see what I can do with it. It's telling me communicating with this person would not be a very smart idea. Don't reach out to them. If they reach out to you, either ignore it, block them, don't respond. It's not worth the drama. There's no forward movement happening with this situation. Five of Pentacles reverse world card. Unless you just want to go on another trip around the merry-go-round and have a repeat cycle, it will be a good idea to stay away from this person. Now, see, Tower card, man. Let me see what I can do with it. Man, that's tricky, dude. That's tricky because in any situation, it don't matter who you're dealing with. It doesn't matter if it's a ex-friend, a family member you fell out with, a lover, a business partner. Unless a change is made, bringing somebody back into your life is just a waste of time. Because what's the point in bringing you back into my life if the energy is just going to be the same? What's the point? What's the point? It's just going to loop around and repeat the same experience. What's the point? So, that's going to be hard for me to bend that advice. For those of you new to my channel, let me tell you a little something about me. I read what comes through. Okay? Period. I don't sugarcoat shit. I don't exaggerate. I read what comes through. And some people don't like that. Some people get really fucking mad at me. Okay? I don't care. I'm not scared of your mean, shitty comments. I'm not scared of the hit piece videos and blog posts you write about me. I don't care. I read what comes through. However, when it comes to the advice, I do try to twist and bend it if I can, to try to give you some leverage over the situation. But sometimes, especially in regards to love situations, it's hard to do. It's tough to do. Because advice for a relationship, there's very little advice that you can give one person, when it comes to trying to fix a relationship or trying to make the connection better. The only way that can be done is if both people are working towards it, So, the only thing that I think that I can say, and trust me, you're not alone, I've said this to like 3 or 4 other signs, is that if you haven't learned a lesson with this person, you might need to repeat the cycle. You might need to. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. At least back in my day, you repeated the grade over and over and over until you learned, right? You get held back 2-3 times if you had to. They don't do that shit no more. They should, but they don't. But yeah, I can't really do much with that, honestly. I really can't. If you play the same game, you're going to win the same prize. I think the only thing I could probably say is as long as you are making sure that you bring a new version of yourself back to the connection. But still, you're going to have to drop down in frequency to meet them. So you're going to have to bring your old self back to the connection in order to even connect with them. So it's almost like a lose-lose. Oh well, if you got to repeat the cycle, you got to repeat it. It's all good. You'll eventually learn. I've done it a million times. I'm not judging you. Just take that and do with it what you will. All right. Now, let's see what's going on with the single Saggies and your love interest in May. What's happening between the single Saggies and the person that you're interested in? Anything happening in May? So, Queen of Cups reversed. Are you starting to kind of lose feelings for this person a little bit? Almost feels like you're kind of losing interest a little bit. Why is that? What's going on? King of Swords. They ain't really showing you any emotion. Yeah, see, King of Cups reverse, King of Swords. They ain't really showing you a whole lot of emotion. It's like they got their guard up, not trying to let you in, not making a decision, not showing no emotion, and you're getting to a point where you're just like losing interest in it. Like, you know what? I'm over it. Fuck it. Now, there is a karmic tie here, though. Some of you have karma with this person from a previous lifetime. And that's why the energetic connection feels so strong. You know, like, I have a feeling there's a few of you who, in situations like this, usually can flip a switch and just move on from it. But for some reason, it's a little bit harder to do that with this person. If that resonates with you, I promise you, it's because y'all have karma from a past life. Okay. I don't really want to speak on this yet. Let me see if this comes back out. Some of you dealing with an Aquarius. I also have Cancer. 2 Cancer cards here. All right. Could be anybody, y'all. Those are just energies. Let's see how they feel about you and what their energies and intentions are. Single Saggies and their love interest. Do they have feelings for you? Do they want to be with you? Or are they just playing games? How's this person feel about Sagittarius, universe? Magician. Kind of a weird card to jump out first thing there. King of Pentacles. Knight of Swords reverse. Queen of Cups. Well, I do think that this person does have feelings for you. I think they just don't want to be alone. I think that's what it is. So this person is trapped in this weird psychological and emotional conundrum where they're lonely, they don't want to be alone, but they're afraid of falling in love at the same time. They don't want to be alone, they're really lonely, but at the same time, they're horrified of falling in love. Now, most of the time when somebody's afraid of falling in love, why is that? Because they're afraid of getting hurt, right? Most of the time. So, yeah, that's a weird place to be psychologically and emotionally. I'm lonely, but I'm scared of falling in love. That can create a really confusing fucking individual. So, honestly, I don't think this person actually has bad intentions. I don't think so. You know, I'll tell you if I see it. Anybody new here? My channel has not stopped growing since 2018. There's always new faces up in here. I'll tell you if I see bad intentions. I don't see it here. I just see somebody really, really lost and confused. So, and of course, you know, dragging past energy along with them everywhere they go. But yeah, they got feelings for you. They're interested in you. But I think you kind of intimidate them a little bit. Just a little bit. You know? Just a little bit. Well, let's just get the advice on this. What's the advice? What's the advice? Seven of Wands, man. See? Nine of Wands reversed. Look, Two of Wands. We got a lot of fire here. A whole lot. Okay. Well, wow. This is a pretty specific, direct message. The longer you hang around waiting, the more it's going to fuck you up on the inside. Ace of Cups. Well, honestly, I always try to avoid this talking point, but I don't think I can avoid it here. At some point, at some point, ask yourself, is it appropriate to have the what are we conversation? What are we? Where is this going? What are your plans? What are your intentions? How long are you willing to wait around to find out what we are? How long should you have to wait around to find out what the hell we are? You know what I'm saying? I think it's time to give this situation a push. Because now I know I'm trying to generalize it because I know there's a lot of you with different situations. But I feel like the majority of you who resonate with this message are dealing with a situation that's been stringing along a little bit too long. You know, if this has been 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, that's way too fucking long. Way too fucking long. Okay, if they've been breadcrumbing you that fucking long, it's time to give this situation a push. You're either going to push them away or just continue waiting until you fucking explode. Now, those of you dealing with a relatively new situation, I think I would be letting it be known that you're not going to sit around and wait forever. Let it be known, we better be planning. Where's this going? What are we doing? But be a little bit patient for the first month, 2 months max. In that second month, though, we better be getting to the bottom of this. I'm telling you, if a situationship or a just one of those situations where we're talking, we're flirting, we fucking, whatever. If that strings along for 2 months without going anywhere and you let it happen, it's going to go for another 2 months and another 2 months and another 2 months. People come to me sometimes for readings. Matter of fact, somebody just came to me the other day for a reading, dealing with a situation where somebody's been stringing them along for over a year. They'll do it if you allow them to. Oh, they will. So just think about that. This person, like I said, they're in this weird emotional place where they don't want to be alone, but they're afraid of falling in love. So that's their own internal mental battle. If they can't figure it out within themselves, not a whole lot you can do. So I guess take that and do with it what you will. It's like more cliffhangers. Sagittarius, so far, just got a bunch of cliffhangers, All right, well, now let's see what's going on in the current long-term relationship. If you're not in a long-term relationship, this is not for you. If you are in a long-term relationship, but the two of you are not experiencing problems, this is not for you. Don't watch me. Go enjoy your love life. If you have a happy, successful love life, don't watch me. I don't have anything to tell you. I am only here to help teach, guide, awaken, assist people through challenges, obstacles, and problems. That's the only reason why I'm here. If you have a happy marriage, I don't think I have anything to talk to you about. I know most of you know that, but you'd be surprised some of the people that can find their way to this content, All right. Sagittarius and the current long-term partner. What's the problem? What's happening in May 2025? Queen of Coins. Hang on. Ooh, 2 of Wands. So you feel like you're at a crossroads. Feel like you're at a crossroads. It's not really telling me why, but it kind of feels like you're just getting to a point where you're almost bored with this. Are you just bored with this? The fire has burned out. There is no flavor anymore. And you're feeling like you're at a crossroads. You don't really know what to do. Should I stay or should I go? Okay. That's about all I can get out of this right here. So far, it kind of looks like the person you're dealing with does have feelings for you. So far. But horrible communication and trust issues. Somebody got trust issues. Now, some of you are in a situation where there was infidelity in the past and the two of you agreed to work through it. Okay? I don't mean you suspect it. I don't mean you heard a rumor down the grapevine. What I mean is, cat's out of the bag. It's no secret. There was infidelity, and we agreed to work through it. If that is your situation, I don't think the person that was betrayed ever healed from it. I know that's not all of you, though. Okay, well, some of you dealing with a Leo. I also have Aries, Virgo, Taurus. Some of you could have kids with this person, possibly. Is that the only thing keeping you around? Some of you? One or two of you? The kiddos? Yeah, I have a feeling that there's a little handful of you that if it wasn't for the kiddos, you would have done boot, scoot, and boogied a long time ago. Now, let's see how they feel about you and what their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions are. Current long-term partner that Sagittarius is dealing with. How do they feel about you? What are their intentions? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they in general? Two more. Whoops. Page of Cups reversed, High Priestess, Empress reversed, Hangman. Well, wow, this is kind of weird. So, I don't think this person knows what in the hell they want with the Two of Wands here. It's like on one hand, they don't want this to come to an end. But on the other hand, they can't help but find themselves wondering if the grass is greener on the other side somewhere. I'll tell you what I'm not seeing here. I don't know, I saw it in the first spread, but I wasn't specifically looking at their energies. I'm not seeing anything here indicating a true, deep, mutual love connection. I'm not seeing that. And again, like we already talked about, if there was infidelity in the past, especially if you're the one that did it, I don't think this person ever got over it. But I know that's not all of you. But it did come through here, so I need to say it. All right, well, yeah, I don't think either of you really know exactly what you want to do here. Y'all are both kind of pondering whether or not to keep it going or boot, scoot, and boogie. Okay. I do think this person is a little bit afraid that you're going to abandon them, though. A little bit. I think so. All right. Some of you dealing with a Libra. I also have Scorpio, Cancer. Could be anybody. You know this. Okay. Well, Two of Wands came out twice in a row. So that kind of indicates to me that I don't really think anything's happening. So let's get the advice. What's the advice? What is the advice? Oh, dang, Lover's card, man. Lover's card. Huh. I didn't expect to see that. A hangman. Magician. Hey, man. Y'all need to spice shit up, dude. Y'all need to spice shit up. Need to make some kind of changes. Are you just stuck in a boring routine? Is that what it is? Have you been stuck in the same boring routine for 5 years, 10 years? You know, something's gotta change up here, dude. Something gotta change up. Y'all gotta get the spice back into this connection. And if y'all can do that, if you can do something to fucking spice things back up, you could build a successful life partnership. That's about all I can say for a general reading. I can't really get specific on something like that. I would probably have to do a personal reading for that. But yeah, I just think if y'all can spice things up and both of you get on the same page, you can save this. You absolutely can. It doesn't necessarily need to come to an end right now, from what I'm seeing. 10 of Cups, Lover's card. Some of you, now for those of you who resonated with this message, which I know it's not going to be all of you, but for those of you who resonated with this message, I do think that you are with your fucking person. This your person. I think it is. Now, you know that just because it's your person doesn't mean that everything is going to be perfect and hunky-dory and love and light and happily ever after all the fucking time. You still have to work for it. Happily ever after isn't just granted to anybody. Even when you do finally attract your divine life partner, you still have to work to build happily ever after. Both of you do. So, you can make this happily ever after, but y'all got to spice it up, man. That's all I can really say on that, okay? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Sagittarius family needed to hear, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is right down there in the description, all right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.